Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well-trained, well-equipped, and battle-hardened.
There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America.
Good night and good luck.
Hey everybody, I'm on the road. It's 81 days to go. I'm out across the country fundraising and doing a speaking tour in the next 81 days of this election because I don't have enough jobs already. Look, the elephant in the room today was already recorded once. We did this show already once today, but I had to come back. The show we did earlier today was about Corey Lewandowski coming back and taking over the Trump campaign, layering over Chris LaCivita and Susie Wiles, becoming the chairman of the campaign, putting in a layer of control between himself and Donald Trump and the rest of the campaign, and the disaster of that decision. But I'm back to tell you that I need to do a little bit of direct communication with you, Donald Trump, right now. Because the Donald Trump for President campaign hit a bunch of people this afternoon with cease and desist letters because our ads were too mean for little Donald. Poor little baby Donald got very upset because our ads were mean to him. You know, Donald, I've told you this before. 1,309 days ago, I believe it was the first time you threatened to sue us. You never did. Then you threatened to sue us about a year and a half ago. You never did. You're never going to sue us, Donald. You can take your cease and desist letter and shove it right up your fetid orange ass. Listen here. This country, for all of you Republicans bleating about free speech, free speech rights, let me tell you something, Donald. We will never stop making ads about you. I'll probably cut an ad about you when you're dead. We will never stop fighting. Their cease and desist letter from the Dillon law firm today is about as valuable to me as shit on the bottom of my shoe. I hold you and your entire campaign in utter contempt. The Lincoln Project stands absolutely unified in the clear and sharp message to you that we will never, ever, ever stop. You can try it all day long. But you know what, Donald? We know one thing about you. You will not sue us. You will not bring a lawsuit against us. We have an absolute political free speech right to express ourselves as clearly and as sharply as we choose. The ad we put out against you, and folks, the ad is called Failures, and it's about Chris LaCivita and Susie Wiles and Tony the pollster. And they failed Donald Trump. They failed him by picking an idiot like J.D. Vance. They failed him by telling him, oh yeah, we got this in the bag. We framed the campaign against Joe Biden.
Donald? They were wrong. Susie Wiles, Chris LaCivita, Tony the pollster, they got it wrong.
President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race.
They told you that Biden would never quit, that you should spend all that time, all that money, so much money, focusing on Biden, how he's too old. Now it's Harris. She's younger than you by a lot. Faster on her feet, better than Biden was on camera. They were wrong, but they're wrong a lot. Wrong that Vance would help you. You know he's terrible. Wrong that you have the race sewn up. It's sad, Donald. They spend more time trying to keep you under control than trying to win. More time trying to keep you from looking at what they're spending, what they're doing behind your back. Sad. Maybe you're losing your grip, Donald. Maybe you're the only one who could run your campaign. If Susie and Chris got it so wrong on Biden, what else have they screwed up?
And this letter, we'll post it up here shortly. This letter is so pathetic. It's so fucking needy. It's so pissy. It's so small. The idea that you think that after all this time, you're going to send a lawyer letter to the Lincoln Project. You think you're going to send a lawyer letter to us? Donald, have you fucking met us? Do you know who you're dealing with? You are absolutely failing as a presidential campaign. Your campaign is on fire, and people are throwing gas on it. The fact that you brought this letter against against this ad tells me everything. It tells me every single thing. We're in your head, as we always are. You can't look away because you're an obsessive child. You can't look away because you know one thing, Donald, one thing really dark about us, and you know this is true. We never lie to you. We're the one group of people who've never pulled a punch and never lied to you and never bullshitted you about who you are. Nobody else tells you the truth, Donald. Nobody else ever tells you what you really are. And it's hard for you to hear it. It's hard for you to hear it, especially from people like us who are former Republicans and conservatives who do not want you to be president, or do not want you to be in charge of anything. I wouldn't trust you to run a Waffle House. You're afraid, Donald. I understand it. Your fear is reeking. Your fear is filling the room. Your fear is palpable. You're so angry, but you know we never lie to you. You know we're right. You know that Chris and Susie, when they took that victory lap with Tim Alberta, you knew it right then. You knew that it was going to jinx you. We told you it was. We told you exactly what's going on. Donald, here's the thing. You can send every lawyer letter you want. You will never take us to court. You will never take us to court because you, A, understand that we will get into discovery with you and your campaign, and that will be a wreck for you. That will be a shit show for you that will never end. We will get in, Donald, and I will tell you this very clearly. If you sue us, we'll bring you into discovery and we'll start talking about where all the money goes in the Trump campaign. Because you and I both know, Donald, that you people are skimming off enormous percentages of the cash from your campaign. We know it. You know it. There are all those crazy LLCs, those mysterious Wyoming registered LLCs that are housed in Delaware behind 27 layers of obscurity. We know where they are, Donald. We know who they are. We know what you're doing. You're never going to sue us. You're never going to sue us. You are, in fact, as I pointed out in a previous video to you, Donald Trump, a pussy-ass bitch. You will never sue us. If you try, it will be fantastic because America will know what's underneath the rotten, stinking, filthy hood of your campaign. You will never get away with it. And I will tell you this very clearly. I personally have already been sued by your minion, Mike Flynn. Okay? I don't care. I'm going to fight it and I'm going to win it. You can sue us if you want, but believe me, it will go so badly for you. We will get into everything. We will get into everything, Donald. We will get into the settlements your campaigns had to pay for sexual harassment lawsuits. We will get into the money. We will get into every single part of your crapulous enterprise. Everything will come public. We're not afraid of you, Donald. No one's afraid of you anymore. The world looks at you now as a sad old clown. The world looks at you now as a guy who can't stop telling the same war story. You're the guy in the Camaro 5 years after you graduated from high school, circling the parking lot on the Friday night football game. You are just pathetic. You are limp. You are lame. Your campaign is failing. The 3 press conferences you had this week, all they were, Donald, were you recounting your various holiday outrages. But Donald, you should know the airing of the grievances only happens during Festivus. The lies and the bullshit and the self-referential, Viktor Orban loves me, self-fellation.
Viktor Orban of Hungary. So they asked him, what do we do? Wars are breaking out all over the world. He said, the answer is very simple. Make sure that Trump gets reelected president and you're not going to have any more wars.
It makes you pathetic. It makes you weak. It makes you sad. I'm telling you, the fact that you sent us a cease and desist letter today tells me everything I need to know. We're in your head. We own your ass. We will not stop fucking with you or your campaign. We will not stop breaking off the voters you need to win because you're not going to win. We're going to defeat you again. We beat you in 2020, and you spent millions of dollars after that in a little revenge fantasy. Okay, we're still here. You asked Bill Barr to investigate us during 2020. And even Bill Barr said no to you. You will not win, Donald. You will not beat us. You will not beat Kamala Harris. You will not beat the American people who are done with your bullshit. And please, send all the cease and desist letters you want. We'll make more ads. We'll make ads that piss you off more. I beg of you, keep it up, Donald. Just do it. Do it. Do it. You can't, and you know you won't. Because you know what, Donald? You're reduced now to selling endorsements of $300,000 for a Trump Bible. You're reduced now to hawking Bitcoin bullshit. You're reduced now to selling tennis shoes. You are the most pathetic example of human waste I can imagine. The American people, the ones who love you, I can't save them, and no one else can either. But the people who understand you, and we understand you almost better than anybody, know something about you. You are low, you are weak, you have failed, you will lose, and history will piss on your grave for 1,000 years. And folks, that is today's elephant in the room. Cheerful and amusing, as always, as any lawyer letter is from Donald Trump and his people. We will be coming to you very shortly with dramatic readings of said lawyer letters, and we will continue to laugh at Donald Trump as he flails helplessly in a campaign that cannot win. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Good night and good luck.